Hello, everybody, and welcome back to episode 40 of the Everything Motor Racing Podcast. I hope you've had a nice week. I don't really care, to be honest. No, I'm joking. Obviously, you can't tell me if you've had a nice week, but I hope you've had a nice week. Jacob is number 40, so who's that?
Well, your favourite rider, Hector Barbara.
Oh, God. Jesus Christ, that's a throwback. So when he's 40, we had loads of 40s. Darren Binder, Hector Garzo, Aaron Cannett's using it this year.
Yep, anybody who's ran on the ponds the last couple
Augusto
years.
Fernandez, Paul Espargaro, Maverick Vinales need to go on.
Yep, we're sitting there. Anybody who's ran fucking ponds since like 2013, you were ran 40.
Even before that.
Oh yeah, even before that.
Yeah.
Really,
We've got an announcement to make, everybody. It's a good announcement. I hope. This is famous last words. We have finally got a third member of the podcast. We have had a lot of people come in and ask, send us your applications. Sorry if we didn't get back to you. We've had a lot, okay? We've had a lot. But Cameron is the man we've decided on. So welcome to the podcast, Cameron.
Hello. Thank you for having me. This is going to be fun. I hope I don't fuck it up royally, but we'll see. There'll be a laugh. Let's just do it.
People enjoy
Jacob,
fuck-ups.
so.
Don't worry. I still get messages from my opinions on like 15 podcasts ago. So don't worry.
You'll
be fine.
People don't like
just
change.
don't give
I'm
your
waiting for the
Instagram
hate,
at. You'll be fine.
It's all right. Well, make sure you get enough hate.
That's fine. Well, I just hopefully
no pressure.
with time,
Like,
people
you're
will learn
representing.
to hate me for genuine reasons rather than just being you. So let's do it.
Yeah.
No, and you are representing an entire country, so no pressure.
Oh fuck no, man! Don't.
Yeah, it's like the start of a bad joke, like you said to me. An Englishman, a Scotsman, and a Welshman walk into a bar. We would have had an Irishman on this podcast, but he couldn't work his audio, so unfortunately we didn't complete the quad and get a quad cast.
We didn't walk into a bar and order a pint.
But we do have our very first quadcast next week because although we're sat here going, oh, it's Cameron's debut, it's not. He's already done one podcast with us, but it's not out till next weekend with the 2021 World Supersport Champion Dominique Agutter. We thought we'd drop Cameron right in the deep end on that one, so sorry about that.
No, that was good. You'll hear I did next to nothing, but
You
great.
well enough.
Like what a guy Dommy is. Honestly, that was great. That was
awesome,
really good.
Guy.
Yeah,
really cool guy. So we did have Cameron on that one, and you can listen to that one next week. But for now, you've got us lot.
Yeah,
apologies.
Definitely decided to do it out of order because fuck you lot.
Pretty much, literally.
You get what you get.
Had to do it out of order because you know what. And as well, we had two guests on. I don't want to do a third on the road. Let's just bring it back to us lot. Let the viewership drop like a stone because it's us three, and then next week we'll have Dommy on and it'll shoot up again. So.
Yeah, just see the spike. It'll look like fucking Everest.
Yeah. But today we've got a different episode. Really, we should have done this last year, but oh well. We have got the award ceremony. It's not a visual podcast, so you can't see us all sat here donned up in our tuxedos, but I promise you we are. We're not.
I'm definitely not just sat here in my shorts.
No, I don't want to see that, thankfully.
Is that all?
It's all good.
Wouldn't you like to know?
Go on then.
To Instagram.
Go to Horny jail. But so we've got an award ceremony. Obviously, it is our opinions. So if you don't agree with it, please let us know on the social media channels. We'd love to hear what your thoughts are on the questions we have. We have quite a few.
You say please as if they're not going to anyway.
So is this like the EMR Awards show? Is that what this is?
Oh,
I guess
that's a
EMR
name.
Awards. I like it. I'm going to use that as a title. EMR Awards.
Yeah,
I don't know. I'll think of it.
Make sure you write that down.
2021.
Yeah, I will.
Cool.
No, that way we can't be associated with MotoGP in any way.
Yeah. So we've got our serious awards, and then we've got a few silly ones in there just to, make you not less bored. You know what I'm saying? Because I would be bored listening to myself, so I don't know how people actually tune into this shit every week.
Oh, someone sent me a note on that and said, "Stop being so self-deprecating. You're doing fine."
Shit.
So yeah, Stop it.
Well, thank you for whoever said that, Jacob's mum. I really do appreciate that one.
It wasn't my mum. She don't fucking listen.
To be fair,
She got a life.
My family listened to the first few episodes of this, and now I don't think they do.
Yeah, my mum never listened. My mum's got other things to do. She don't give a shit about bikes. So
like drink alcohol and I don't know.
No, she's vegan.
She's vegan.
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough. I'm gonna pass comment on that one just in case.
Yeah, she can kick your fucking ass.
Please. No, wait, no. Anyway, moving on, because it's getting a bit out of hand here. So, yeah, we have our serious questions, and then we have our not so serious questions. All three of us will answer, and then we will come up with a singular answer after discussion with one another, because we haven't actually got the final ones. You're going to hear it live on air. So, we're going to kick it off with the rookies of the year across all three classes. So, we'll each do an individual class. So we'll have obviously the MotoGP Rookie of our Year, Rider of the Year. Sorry, it's really badly written here. Sorry, that's my own fault. Rider of the Year.
ROTY, didn't you?
Yes, because there are. Then we've got the Rookie of the Year, and both of it is ROTY, so that's helpful. So, Rider of the Year, I do apologise. So, for me, my Rider of the Year, we'll go from Moto3 up. My Rider of the Year, it's got to go to Pedro Acosta for me. You know, he's had an absolutely freaking standout of the year. He's the first rookie champion in Moto3 since 1990. Missed out on being the youngest ever by 1 day. You know, he was the Rebel Rookies champion last year, and the year previous to that, he was a runner-up in the rookies. And although he showed prestige and talent, no one could have expected this. So for me, my Moto3 Rider of the Year is Pedro Acosta. On to you, Jacob.
Yep, I mean, you've pretty much just took the words out of my mouth with that one, to be honest. And I imagine Cam's as well.
Yep.
Quite literally, you know, everything Pedro touched this year turned to gold, didn't it? Like, literally, there's nothing that he couldn't do apart from not take out Xavi Artigas at Aragon. And when you consider that that's literally the only mistake of a rookie season to win a title, madness.
It's pretty spectacular.
He just kind of took the piss all year from start to finish, didn't he?
Yeah.
I feel like, you know, the fact that a rookie was able to, you know, the second half of the season, his lead was being eaten into pretty significantly. And, you know, credit to him, he held it together. Like, for a rookie who's, you know, was 16 at the start of the season, I mean, come on.
Yeah, 100%. Like, the fact that he didn't fall apart under pressure from an experienced rider in Foggia.
Yeah.
And Garcia, who had done a couple of seasons at that point, you know, it's super impressive. So, yeah, I mean, yeah, it got to be Pedro, isn't it?
Yeah, I think Pedro, obviously, to expand on what you've said already, his racecraft for me, every race of the season, I would sit there and study him. His racecraft was something else. He was more than happy to sit behind, you know, whilst all the chaos was going in front of him and all the riders were swapping places, smashing out, going against each other. He'd sit there in 6th or 7th or 8th, just chilling, watching it, analysing the riders, and then in the last 3 laps maybe, he would strike. But he wouldn't strike and just make these desperate moves. He would strike with precision, and he would make every single overtake count. And yeah, the racecraft he showed, he's got a head on his shoulders that's way above his tender age of now 17.
Yeah, we said it many times over this podcast, haven't we, that he rides like a 30-year-old.
Yeah, 100%. So for that reason, he is our Moto3 Rider of the Year. Almost certainly be our Rookie of the Year.
Yeah.
But going on to Moto2. So for me, my Rider of the Year for Moto2, it's a bit of a cop-out because it is a champion. It is Remy Gardner. Remy had a stellar year. Every year he's kind of been building, you know, and then he ended last year with his first ever race win in Moto2 with an outdated bike. And this year he's just carried that all across the season, even when the going got really tough, you know, when he dropped 25 points at Kota and his teammate won, he stayed calm, he stayed collected, and he just sailed his way through to be the Moto2 champion. And yeah, really, really impressive Remy Gardner this year. He's barely had a black mark on his name. I think the only black mark I could say is maybe his Portimao crash that wasn't even in a race. So yeah, fair play to Remy.
Yeah, 100%. I'm going with Remy as well, just because.
It's boring, isn't it?
Yeah. But the thing is, how would you pick anyone else?
Yeah.
Like, he made the choice boring by being the best, like the most consistent, and the most unflappable. Like, having pressure from the single best rookie ever to step into the intermediate class and still win the title.
Yeah.
Brilliant. Like, honestly, he deserves his move up and he deserves his title. It's that simple.
Yep. I know this could get boring if we're all just in agreement.
Oh no.
But yeah, no, it's got to be. It's got to be Gardner, right? I mean, anybody else against Raul Fernandez's season would have come up second best, but yeah, like, I don't know, Remy did it. It was incredible, wasn't it? It was great. I mean,
it's thrilling to watch. And that race at Silverstone when he was going head to head against Mazecchi, absolute thrilling race. Absolutely outstanding.
We were just stood there looking at each other half time, like, fuck it.
They're like, "What? He's done that? No way!" Yeah,
literally just
unreal.
fucking hell. He's pulled that out of the bag. What a man.
Yeah, fucking hell. Moving to MotoGP, the last and the least. Oh wait. Well done, Remy. You are our Moto2 Rider of the Year.
Woo.
Well done. Woo. So, moving to MotoGP. For me, it's a tricky one in MotoGP because there were so many outstanding rides and so many outstanding riders who they managed to pull themselves to another level. You go down the list, Jorge Martin had an outstanding year as a rookie as well. Marc Marquez came back in and won 3 races. Brad Binder improved on last year. Johan Zarco did his best year in the class, podium-wise yet. Miller got his 2 wins. Fabio Quartararo won the title, but Francesco Bagnaia was...
fuck's sake.
Unbelievable. Like, I think there's not many people who believe that he's not going to win a title this year. He is the outright favourite for me, and I'm sure many other people. Ducati are looking so good, and Bagnaia just looked absolutely outstanding, and he was so good in 2021 that I really don't think it's a competition for me, but I'd love to hear your other 2 thoughts. But yeah, for me, Francesco, unbelievable year. From 16th overall last year to 2nd this year with his first, obviously, class win, multiple podiums, 4 victories, including crashing out the lead in Emilia Romagna. Outstanding. Over to you, Jacob.
Yep. Like, this is getting a bit fucking annoying because literally you're taking all the words out of my mouth in that we've all gone the same Rider of the Year. I mean, I imagine Cam's gone the same as well for us because, the last 2. But literally everything you said is right. Like, the way he's come up through, and it just seems like he was born to be a factory Ducati rider. As soon as he stepped into that red, something switched in him, and all of a sudden, once he won one, as he did in Moto2 and Moto3, really, like, as soon as he started getting podiums and wins, didn't stop. Like, he considering what he had to come back from with Fabio started the season so well, and the fact that he took it as far as he did, like, I was super impressed with Pecco. If he doesn't win the title in 2022, someone else on a Ducati will.
Yeah.
So.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like, honestly, he's just.
What about you, Jack?
Brilliant.
Cameron.
Well, we have a different answer for once.
Yes.
Yeah.
Finally.
Now I went with Fabio mainly for the same reasons as I went with Gardner. It was the fact that he rode like a champion, start to finish. He didn't crumble the way he did in 2020. I think he really earned it this year. That said, I mean, obviously, towards the end of the season, he clearly was not the fastest man on the grid anymore. And I think he knew that, and he didn't want to. He didn't push it, like at Misano and stuff. He was like, right, I'm not going to push too hard and like throw away points. He rode like a champion, he rode with his mind when he needed to. And I think for me it's Fabio, but it looks like it's 2 against 1, and I'm not going to contest Pecco being Rider of the Year.
Well, the thing is, like, everything we just praised and gave it to Remy for is why Fabio got it. So we couldn't really argue with Fabio either. That's the other problem.
Difficult, because I would have said Fabio if I wasn't.
I mean, just
Pecco,
based on that,
Fabio.
the fact we got 3 means there's always going to be a split. So unless it's 1-1-1, and then it's a draw. But
Yeah,
Pecco was
I
going to have to
think-
get it just for the simple fact of 2 versus 1.
Yeah, on this one, because it's 2 versus 1. If we all have different ones, then obviously we can discuss and then
But yeah,
and pick
Pecco.
a best one. But on this one, I think because it's 2 versus 1, we're gonna have to go with Pecco. So congratulations, Pecco. Bang Naya, you are our Everything Motor Racing Rider of the Year.
Yeah, I'm not
Shit,
gonna put up a fight with that one. That's
Okay.
Yeah, I think
Perfect.
the problem we got here is I think the Riders of the Year, the Rookies of the Year, and possibly the best races will all be the same. It's then going further down our awards list where we'll differ.
Yeah.
So it's going to be
for
quite
sure.
boring at the start, but just hang in there.
Yeah. So moving on.
Sorry,
Oh,
I was just about
go
to say
on.
that the quality that is around at the moment is just ridiculous. So
Yeah,
it's just the way it's
absolutely
going to be.
unbelievable.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much. It's the fastest we've ever had, really. So, like the best, I don't know, lineup of riders,
Mm-hmm.
So moving on to the rookies of the year. This is going to be pretty damn obvious, I think, for all three.
Is
I'm
there
gonna
any
go
point?
with for Moto 3. I'm going to go with Pedro Costa for the same reasons I mentioned earlier.
Yep, same. Like, let's just skip over Moto 3. There is no
Yep.
point. We've
Yep.
already discussed it.
It's a Pedro. And then, Moto 2 Rookie of the Year. I have no idea. I think I can just say already that well done, Ralph Fernandez. You are the Moto 2 Rookie of the Year.
Or is he?
from Moto Racing.
Yeah, sure.
Unless Jacob's gone wrong and gone for Iagora.
I've gone for Celestino Vietti.
Okay.
Oh,
Do you know what? I had him down
okay.
first, but then I really thought about Raul, and I was like, nah, surely.
Like,
Come on, it's gotta
Raul
be.
was destined for a bigger bike. Vietti, not so much. And where Vietti has come in and not hit the ground running like Fernandez did, but consistently built on a solid platform every single weekend and improved and improved and improved to the point where he is a title contender for 2022. I think Vietti actually did better than Fernandez because he had more work to do. It was more difficult for him, and he came out of it with a strong base for 2022.
Interesting. I
Yeah.
think Celestino definitely built on it, and at the end of the year, he was outstanding.
I know I'm going to lose, and it's going to be 2v1 on Fernandez, but I think
Yeah.
Vietti, for me, was more impressive. In
Fernandez
what he
had the
did.
bike as well.
Yeah, he had the team,
He had
despite
the
what he
bike and the
said,
team to
he
be
had the
on,
team.
yeah.
But Vietti, for me, was just one of those riders that I think he is destined for greatness. And the fact that he came in, towards the end of the season, he was matching Marco Bezzecchi. You know what I mean? Like, that's no mean feat. So, yeah, Vietti for me, but I know I've lost.
Yeah, unfortunately, you have lost, but some very good points there. And yeah, I mean, I'd probably back it or Iagora, who was a fucking brilliant rider all year long.
I think win
There
to
wasn't a bad
Fernandez,
rookie.
but special mention to Vietti for sure.
Yeah, there wasn't a bad rookie this year. That's the issue. Like, this was the strongest crop of rookies, so you can pick any... Like, Agura got a podium. Vietti, okay, he didn't actually reach the podium, but he was nearly there. But more consistently hovering around the podium. Agura got a podium. Bobia had a P5.
Albolino was
yeah.
class.
Arbo was
Arenas
class.
was good.
Arenas had a top 6.
Yeah,
Well,
and
more
Arenas
than
was on
one.
a speed up.
Yeah, and then Fermin Aldeguer come in and just completely smashed what Montoya was doing, which was sad for Montoya because it means he lost his ride. But, Aldeguer come in and just hit the ground running as well. Honestly, there was just so many good rookies this year, but Vietti for me, just slightly ahead of everyone else just because of what he did.
Yeah, fair play. But moving to MotoGP, obviously that did go to Ralph Fernandez. I think I know which way Jacob's gone on this one, but
Yeah, but
Rookie
I've
of the Year
lost.
for MotoGP, I'm going Jorge Martin for obvious reasons. You're looking at 4 podiums, 1 victory, multiple like top 5s, top 10s. He missed 4 races with some potentially career-ending injuries, and he's come back and he's just been absolutely disgustingly good. I think genuinely, Jack Miller and Pecco, if they don't perform this year, their rides are they're in danger at the moment.
I think Miller's
with
is
Jorge
regardless.
Martin doing as well he is, so that's why he's my Rookie of the Year.
Yeah, I think Miller's is regardless, to be honest, because Martin is so good. But
So I thought you were on Bastianini on that.
I am going Bastianini.
Knew it.
But just because, for the reasons you said for Martin, Enea did, to a lesser extent, he didn't get the win. You know, a couple of podiums, but he was not on the best bike like Martin was. He had a lot more work to do to get that GP19 to where it was.
And still finished
don't get me wrong,
11th overall.
Yeah, but I think if he was on a 21, that would have been 6th.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, I can agree. I mean, he finished what outside the top 10? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times, and obviously 3 DNFs. That's pretty impressive.
Look at where the other GP19 was finishing. That's the problem. Whereas look at where the GP21s were finished. You know, and for that reason, like Martin was brilliant, don't get me wrong. Yeah. If Enea was on a 21 and did what he did compared to Martin, I would be saying Martin. But the fact that Enea's on a GP19, a 3-year-old bike at this point, you know, and he still managed to get some podiums. Okay, they was at Misano, which, you know, he knows like the back of his arse. But honestly, it's just the way he was consistently getting top 6s. You know, he got a top 6 at Kota on a GP19. You know, a track that needs turning, and the GP19 just didn't compared to a 21. And he still managed to get 6. Honestly, I think Enea was such an impressive rookie, and he deserves the 21 or maybe even the 22 for this year.
So, what about you, Cameron?
So,
decided vote.
The decider. I'm with Jacob.
Luca Marini, just to fuck it up.
You're with Jacob.
I'm with Jacob on this one. I am.
Oh,
man. Yeah. I mean, I can't really add much more than what Jacob just said there. I was flip-flopping a lot before this between Martin and Bastianini, but literally, GP19, if you compare it to your other one, was it just Marini on a GP19 as well?
Yeah.
I mean, there's no comparison in results, really, is there? Whereas if you compare the two Pramac guys, Martin finished stronger than Zarco, but Zarco, you know, got similar results for a lot of the season. Bastianini fucking nailed it, man. He just did. Like, what a rookie season. Yeah.
I think the point is that I think they were equal, Martin and Bastianini, in their performance. So the thing that swayed me was the machinery.
Yeah. That's where I'm at as well, I'd say.
So Enea, fuck yeah.
So yeah, fair play. I wasn't expecting that.
No, to be honest, I thought I'd lost that.
Yeah, man, I saw your face there. Your jaw hit the floor.
Yeah, the shock.
No.
I honestly thought it was going to be 2v1 on Martin as well. So I got a such a boost for fucking putting that on my Facebook page. Saying,
really?
Enea was
here
the
we
man.
go. I'm ready for
Martin did better. Well, it's now been official. Go fuck yourself.
Oh God, no. I'm going to get all the abuse too.
No. So,
guilty by association.
Yeah, well done. Enea Bastianini, you are the Rookie of the Year for Everton Motor Racing.
Wait.
So, moving on to the best ride, individual ride for all classes. Individual classes will go Moto 3 to TP.
Back to the same.
I'm going with Pedro Acosta's pit lane race win in his only second race of his career in the World Championship. From, like I said, pit freaking lane.
Yep.
Same.
Jacob's gone. We've all gone the same. Well, that's easy.
Yeah.
So
I almost went Izan at Kota, but then I thought that wasn't from fucking pit lane. So, you know, how could you vote over Doha GP? Like, nah.
Yeah,
nah.
Exactly.
Pedro's 3 for 3 for fuck's sake.
Yeah, exactly. So, Pedro Acosta wins our best ride of the year in Moto 3. Moto 2, this I think will be interesting across the three of us. So, for me, my Moto 2 best ride of the season has got to be Cameron Beaubier at Kota. He looked like he belonged, you know, all season long. You know, he is a rookie and he spent most of the time learning new tracks or having to relearn tracks that he hasn't ridden since 2009. And he's obviously doing it on the Moto 2 chassis, which is completely different to what he's won 5 titles on over in Moto America. So, I mean, obviously they are similar, but also completely different. So for Cameron to then, come to track, he actually does know very well, and was an absolute beast coming in P5. It proved firstly that Cameron does belong in Moto2 and that he's got the talent to stick it with the top guys.
Mm-hmm.
And he put on a show for the American fans in his American livery. So for me, that's why that was my best ride for Moto2 of the season.
Okay.
Jacob.
I'm going for Raul Fernandez at Portugal.
Okay.
Because let's not forget, he was a rookie, and this was 3 races in.
Yeah, 3rd race.
And he just came in and said, I'm off. See you later. Not many rookies did that in their 3rd ever race in the class. Like, it was utterly incredible the way I mean, I did call it, just like to point that out yet again, because, I am the fucking god. But,
yeah.
I called it more as a maybe. I thought it's possible. But for him to do it in the manner he did it, it's just, honestly, he absolutely dominated the class of, like, Remy. He was nowhere near. And Remy was the one who won on the SAG bike the previous season at Portimao. He absolutely destroyed him. But what I will say is it was only races. If it had been best ride, full stop, it would have been Simone Corsi getting pole at Valencia.
Fair play. What about you, Cameron?
Well,
I did mention Cameron Bobies, who shares your name, just so you
he
No
does,
pressure.
yeah. That must mean something somewhere, surely. But for now, again, I'm with Jacob. Like,
my man!
God, you're gonna fancy me soon. Fucking hell.
Who says I already don't?
Get a room.
Oh man!
If he keeps getting voted for me, I will.
Yeah. I can't really add much more than Jacob did, other than he took the piss, sort of like Pedro, starting from pit lane. He was just like, it's like a video game. It's like it was on easy mode. I don't know. He just showed him how it's done.
Yeah.
Fair play. So it looks like Raul Fernandez has won. Well done, Raul Fernandez, for the best ride of the season. Cameron Bobier, sorry, mate.
Do you know what? Cam was in the mix for me as well.
Yeah, fair play.
But I'm disappointed it's GPs only, because otherwise I would have given it to Corsi. Because to hustle that in. Like, I know the MV works around Valencia because Manzi put it on pole the previous year. But, Corsi was not a pole hound, 9 years. And then all of a sudden just chucks it on pole. Fucking amazing.
Madness. Right. So the best ride for MotoGP class. I think me and Jacob are probably going to have very similar ideas on this, but I'm going with Alicia Spargo at Silverstone.
I'm not.
Aprilia on the box. Alicia Spargo dueling out with Jack Miller, who has taken podiums for, this year just because he wanted to take a podium. He's been a bit of a podium hound this year, Jack Miller. So for Alicia Spargo to prove the Aprilia can do it, the small guy that can, the small bike that can, Alicia Spargo fully deserved that podium in Aprilia, and it was one hell of a race. And for me, that's why it was the best ride of the season for me. I know Brad Binder and all that before people come at me did do that, but there are more questions. So carry on to Jacob.
Well, you just pissed all over my chips there, because I'm going Binder.
Fuck.
But only I completely agree with everything you said about Alicia. But it was an easier task than what Binder did, because Binder was out in the wet with cold slick tires and cold carbon brakes. You'd be lucky to get down the road to the shops and that at 30 mile an hour, let alone win a MotoGP race around the fastest circuit.
Yeah.
I think he was lucky in that, well, not lucky, but he was fortunate in that it was at Styria, the Austrian GP, because the Red Bull Ring does not have that many corners. If it had been a more twisty track like Mugello, I don't think he'd have won. But he did, and he did it. I wouldn't say made it look easy, because you could tell he was on thin ice. But the fact that he brought it home where so many others wouldn't, and he needed, a couple of inserts on his tank for his massive bollocks. 100% Brad Binder. But I really did struggle not to say Aleix.
Yeah. Fair play. And Cameron? Oh, my God's sake, man.
Oh, come on, man. He won a race in the wet on slicks and it was cold. And yeah, like...
Yeah.
Surely.
As well.
I think the reason that I didn't go with Aleix was the fact that, you know, the Aprilia was like nearly there anyway. It was showing that it could. It wasn't just like one freakishly quick ride. And everyone was like, where the hell did that come from? You know, like the Aprilia was close. And then it worked particularly well at Silverstone and, you know, got the podium, rightfully.
Yeah.
But, you know, it wasn't like this sort of, you know, absolutely freak moment and incredible race that you can't really take your eyes off of, like Brad Binder in the rain being an absolute madman, you know, and so that's my vote.
Okay.
I don't know if that made any sense at all, and people are thinking.
No, it did, yeah.
I would like to also special mention Anea both times at Misano.
Did good.
Yep.
Fuck me, amazing.
So it goes to
Big Brad
in
Binder.
Austria. I've been overall 3 times, man. Come on, man.
Well,
Oh well. Hey ho.
there we go.
Can't win them all, hey. Right. The standout moment of all classes on track for me is Brad Binder, Austria.
See, now I've gone the other way, and mine is Aleix at Silverstone.
Yeah, for me, you know, Brad Binder, like you said, there's not really words that can describe what he managed to friggin' do in the wet.
Yeah.
You know, no brakes, nothing, no tyres, nada. And he won a freaking race. The balls of steel on that man. One more lap, mate, and it'd been 10th. You know, it was like Marc Marquez couldn't do it. Marc Marquez crashed on fucking good tyres, you know. Yeah, fair play, Brad. So, Jacob.
Aleix Espargaro at Silverstone for the exact reasons you mentioned. Well, honestly, I genuinely, well, you saw it. I had a tear in my eye. I was so happy
was
for
crying.
him.
I did punch him in the nose, but we won't talk about that.
No, honestly, I was so happy for him. I was genuinely emotional. So that was my standout moment.
Fair play. Comes down to Cameron again.
Well, do you know what? This is our first 3-way split.
Yes.
Yeah, and I think, I don't know, maybe I misunderstood the assignment ever so slightly, but my standout moment for me was Pecco and Marquez at Aragon. I think because it showed that Pecco was the real deal and could, you know, I think it was the turning point where Pecco was like, you know, like, this is my fucking sport now.
Fully agree, yeah.
You know, and for me, that was my sort of standout moment in terms of like, it was a real pivoting point for Pecco and like this season. Perhaps not quite as like poetic as your guys' moments for sure, but that's my vote.
Well, I don't think you misunderstood the assignment, because it was a standout moment. It was.
Yeah, it was straight up. Yeah, that's literally is what turned Pecco from a boy to a man. To do it against Marc Marquez at freaking Aragon of all the tracks as well.
That's what I mean. Yeah, like
that was the switch where Pecco went from MotoGP rider to potential world champion.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
I'm gonna have to go with Cameron on that one.
I wouldn't disagree. I mean, Aleix for me was more standout because of my personal love for Aleix.
Biased.
Yeah, so I can't disagree. So yeah, give it. I'm happy enough with Pecco there.
Hell yeah! So you didn't miss a Sunderland.
Yeah.
So the standout moment of all classes on track from motor racing was Pecco Bagnaia at Aragon. I mean, yeah, what can we say? So, the most memorable moment off track, all classes as well. For me, it's got to be Valentino Rossi launching his helmet into the crowd, hasn't it? Like, what the fuck, dude? Rossi has never done that in his career. Never, ever, ever has he done anything like that. You know, what a freaking moment. His last ever GP at Misano, and the fan that caught the helmet, man. Wow. You know, so for me, that's my most memorable moment off track.
Well, I've gone different.
Oh, okay.
When I look back at 2021, right? Obviously when we had the awards and we had to think. Looking back at the most memorable off-track moment, for me, it was Izan Guevara at Kota when he thought he had lost the win. And he belted the chair, and the chair decided to hit him back.
Jacob's a fan of
No,
Guevara.
genuinely, I thought if anybody had done what Guevara had done, I would have pissed myself. It was either that or Miguel twatted his pit box when he came in. But I can't remember if that was last year or this year.
Last year, yeah.
But like that for me is the one thing off track that stuck out for me, was just how hilarious that was when he lost to a fucking chair. It's brilliant.
Like, come on! I made that meme, didn't I? Yeah. Shared it to a story.
Absolutely brilliant. Other than that, the only other off-track memorable moment was Maverick Vinales' apology, shall we say.
I completely forgot about all that, because that's on-track memorable, isn't it, as well, with him trying to blow up the bloody bike.
Off-track, the apology and the, oh shit, I fucked up. But it wasn't as funny as he's losing to a chair. So that's it for me.
Okay, and how about you, Cameron?
Yeah, I'm finding it tricky here actually, because like what you guys just said, I'm like, oh yeah, that was good. I don't know. I'm going to throw a more sort of sentimental suggestion.
I'll let you know Rossi at Valencia.
No. For me, the tree for Simoncelli.
Oh yeah,
I did like that.
That was nice.
You know, I don't know why. Just I'm an emotional boy, and that one got me. I have to say.
You're not the only one.
Yeah, and that's. I don't know. That's all I got to say.
But I think
on
the
that
problem
one, really.
with that
don't need to say much.
We're going to remember that 10 years down the line, whereas perhaps we probably won't remember our two. I think that's a sticker, not a memorable moment.
So no, because if you remember it 10 years down the line, then surely it's more memorable.
But it's not a memorable moment then, is it?
Yeah, because you remembered it.
Yeah, but it's not just a moment then. That's what I'm trying to say. You remembered it continually.
Yeah, I get you. I misunderstood the assignment, sorry.
No, you didn't.
But I don't think you misunderstood, but that's how I would have taken it. But
yeah, sure. No,
again, I wouldn't mind being overruled, put it that way.
No, me neither.
So,
yeah.
What are we going for?
Oh, fuck.
Just because it's super sick, fuck it, let's go for the tree.
Yeah, alright, let's go for the tree.
Yes.
So, the most memorable moment is Simoncelli getting his tree at Mazzano.
Yeah, okay. I mean, I don't hate that at all, so I'm fine with that.
I'm fine with that. Right, this one's going to be a good one. I like this one. So, the coolest standard livery in all classes. So, no special liveries. It's a livery that went out under the lights of Qatar at the start of the year. For me, it was a banger. Absolute banger, mate. And both riders were wearing the Apo Stars and Day and Easy, so you got to see the combo looking fire in the best suits. And Macna, of course. Gas Moto 3 for me. And obviously, they showed it in Moto 2, but that was a special livery. Gas Moto 3 for me was just a belter of a livery. I like red as well, so that does help.
Okay.
Jacob?
I've gone with Tech 3.
In MotoGP? Oh, yeah. Shit.
Tech 3 in MotoGP was perfect. There was no other way to put it. It was perfect. It was stupidly orange, but not offensively orange.
It was KTM orange, isn't it?
Yeah, but like everything it had was perfection. There wasn't a bad angle. Whereas you look at the factory one with the Red Bull, sometimes you think it was a bit gaudy, a bit too bulky. It made the bike look like a proper, full-on factory race bike.
It looked more factory than the factory bike.
Yeah, it was just perfect. And, you know, the gear helped, because obviously everybody riding it was in orange as well. It just, honestly, Tech 3, I didn't think they could top the Red Bull Cola, yet here we are.
Right, and Cameron?
Well,
God.
So, I've actually got two here.
Oh, you got to pick one.
Well, I mean, yeah, we got to do one.
You can't cut a medal in half.
What's that?
You can't cut a medal in half.
That's very true. Well, I mean, for the sake of making the decision easy, I have Tech 3 KTM because...
Hey.
Yeah.
Fuck.
But then, do you know what? I also think Okay, right. Well, here's what I'm going to decide. So 2021 favorite livery, standard livery was Tech 3 KTM. However, it's not changed much, but the Suzuki's, I think, are like the prettiest bikes there. And people have sort of, when they first came along, people were like, fuck me, what a good looking bike and livery. And it hasn't changed much, so people have kind of just sort of forgotten that. But actually, I think for the first time, if someone was looking at all these bikes for the first time, I think many people would choose the Suzuki's as the prettiest bike. But for 2021, best livery, Tech 3 KTM. That's my answer. There we go.
I would have backed you on Suzuki if not for the Monster sponsorship.
Yes, I'd say the same. Monster
ruined it.
Okay, yeah. Totally.
If this was last year, Suzuki by a country mile.
Yeah.
Even
I
if
agree.
last year's Suzuki in this year against that Tech 3, it'd still be Suzuki. But the addition of that, they had so much potential to make it fucking amazing, and they buggered it. So, yeah, Tech 3, happy days.
Cool, I'm happy with that. That sways me, that's fine.
For God's sake, again, man. That's 4 now.
I'm starting to think you might be wrong.
No, I'm never wrong. I'm me. Okay, I'm glad we got a third person here to mediate this. So it's
Yeah,
good.
because we'd just be fighting.
Yeah, we would. Right. Now this is the good one. The one you can sink your teeth into. This was tough for me after going for Gasgas Moto 3, but the coolest special livery of all classes for me is the VR46 Misano, but the yellow one, not that freaking pink shit. Because it looked sick. Jacob?
I've gone with MV's Tricolore at Mugello. With
that was a good
the
one.
Tricolore and the gold wheels. Oh,
Yeah.
Oh, I was nursing a chub. Fucking amazing.
For me,
Okay.
I've got the 60th anniversary Yamaha that Cal had for a very short period of time.
I was
Oh my
ifing and
God,
ahhing
I
about
forgot
that
about
because
that.
it didn't race. It was just
you didn't
tested.
specify it had to
It
race.
counts.
Yeah, I would have included it had I been
Okay.
sure, but I thought, I will go with that.
I forgot about that. I would have said that if I'd remembered. So
I
yeah,
hadn't
it's good
forgotten
for
about
that.
it, but I just thought it had to be a race weekend, which was the issue. But nonetheless, if we're counting it, yep, I'm happy.
Yeah, that's an easy dub. Easy dub. So, coolest special livery goes to the factory Yamaha and their special 60th anniversary. Coolest standard lid is next up. For me, it's just quite difficult because there are some bangers across all 3 classes. I'm changing mine at the last second.
Okay.
I did have Fabio Quartararo, but I forgot about Remy Gardner's helmet design.
Okay.
Oh my god, Remy's was so nice. Like, if they did a replica of that, which they won't because he's changed to Kabuto now, but if they did have, I would have bought it because that was a banger.
Okay.
How about you, Jacob?
Joe Roberts. Red
I
Bull
didn't
plus
like-
Stars and Stripes plus California style. Fucking
Hated
dub.
it. Didn't like it.
Well, I did.
How about you, Cameron?
Yeah, so this was a tough one for me because I almost didn't really give a crap until I realized it, until I knew this is what we were doing. And yeah, I went with Gardner because that was the only one.
Finally.
I know. That was the only one that I was like, I can remember thinking, just watching throughout the season being like, that's a pretty smart helmet. And that's the only one that really sticks in my head. So it's got to be that for me. Yeah.
Hell yeah, finally, I get one.
it was literally a toss up between Joe Roberts and Eagle Equona for me.
Yeah, I mean, that's fair. Joe's, and then Ika's again. I don't know.
I like clean lids. I do.
Yeah,
not
I can tell.
that much going on with them. So yeah, I was destined to lose that one. So that's fine.
That's fair. Right, coolest special helmet.
Paul Espargaro's minion.
No, not
Yes.
Paul Espargaro's minion helmet. No,
I haven't actually voted for that, but we should have just to piss you off.
fuck in hell. Can you imagine my podcast and voting the fucking minion helmet? The best one.
See, you told him he liked it.
Oh god. Anyway, right, for me, my coolest special helmet was Frankie Morbidelli's at Misano when he thanked Yamaha for giving him the factory ride with that amazing blue livery, and it was like he just had something on top, something like proud to be blue or some shit.
Yeah.
I don't know, but it was a banger. It was amazing. Like that was. It was a toss up between that and Valentino Rossi's special one where he did like the thank you to the fans. That was a pretty sick one, but Frankie gets the W there from me.
Okay. I've gone different.
Okay.
Danilo Petrucci at Valencia.
Oh, with the photos.
Yeah, with the photo of all his memories.
Yeah, that was nice.
Fucking perfection. That was. It was everything that we liked about Petrucci. Everything that made Petrucci good and wholesome and loved. And I didn't like the design all that much, but what it meant, that was fucking brilliant for me.
That's fair.
Yeah.
And it's down to Cameron again.
Okay. Initially, I went with Ross's last one that he chucked into the crowd. But like I said, I'm an emotional boy, and I think Jacob maybe swayed me a little bit there.
My man.
Yeah, but then
how can you hate it? That's the problem. The thing is, like, you might not have said it, but how can you disagree?
No, exactly.
We all love Petra.
That's it. Yeah. And I think for the sake of keeping it spicy, though, I'm going to say Ross's last one, just so that.
Oh, for God's sake! Well, because that was my second choice, I'm gonna have to go with that.
Oh,
fair enough. No, like Petrux is, when you think back to everything he's done and the struggles he's had to do. That's the first one where I'm gonna lodge an official protest but lose.
But then that was my second choice. So where are we?
God. Well, it's your first. I guess. Well, it's your first choice to go with the Rossi one. So Jacob's, it's on me now because both of you've got what you've got, and it's between those two.
How about we just completely wipe it out and just say Aaron Carnett's Benjamin's helmet? There we go. Job's a good end.
It was all right.
It was fucking ridiculous. I loved it.
I can't even
just because of how stupid it was. It was great.
It had like the money on it.
Yeah,
I did like
$100
it.
bills for the Kota race.
I've heard there's more that we forgot about.
Well, yeah,
I'm just
tons.
looking this up right now.
I also really like DG's Misano lid.
Oh, Digi always has bangers for helmets, man.
Sure, give it to Rossi. Just for the sake of time, give it to Rossi. It's fine. But I am unhappy.
Digi's was so nice. Digi always has bangers of helmets, to be fair.
Yeah.
But yeah, that goes to Valentino Rossi for his Misano one, so congratulations, Valentino. You don't need that. You've won everything else, but
the real winner is Paul's million lid.
So the biggest save of all classes. This is an interesting one. For me, it's got to go to Barry Baltas at Catalonia. That man literally crashed a bike and somehow saved it. If you haven't seen it, go on YouTube, go on the computers, do the Barry Baltas Catalonia, type that bad boy in. Mate, what a save. What a freaking save. How are you, Jacob?
Well, no.
You've gone for an A Bastianini.
I have not. But I've given Pedro Acosta his fourth. Don't you remember his Catalunya save in free practice where the front end was gone for about 50 metres? Final corner?
No.
Well, I do. And believe me, that was outrageous. And I even had some riders messaging me, some Moto3 riders saying, why are people talking about Baltas' save being better than this? It wasn't. I'm like, you're the ones on the Moto3 bike as well, boys. I'll believe you. They said it was a fucking miracle save, what Pedro did. So, yeah, I'm going Pedro Costa at Catalonia.
Good enough.
I can't say that.
I was, I'm in the Barry Baltas camp. I can't think of the Acosta one, though. I feel like from what you're saying, like if I saw them back to back now, I mean, it probably sounds like I would give it to Acosta.
Do you remember Marc Marquez at Catalonia a couple of years ago?
I'm gonna have a look.
Where the front end was gone. It was similar to that, like that amount of length at the final corner. It was.
Like the corner absolutely lends itself to, that sort of crash.
Yeah,
but you saved it.
Find it on YouTube.
I'll dig it out later for you. Honestly, it was. I mean, I've lost, but I'll dig it out later for you because it was.
Yeah, I can't find it on YouTube either.
Absolutely amazing.
Last corner, a Red Bull Ring. Wait, he did it at a Red Bull Ring?
No, it might have been Red Bull Ring. I don't know. I'm sure it was Catalunya.
Oh no, that was like that's just shitty eyesight, don't we?
I'm sure it was Catalunya.
It might have been. I can't remember.
I'll
What
dig it
about
out
his save
and
when
send
he
you later.
nearly saved his fainting at the Spanish? No. So yeah, that one goes to Barry Baltus. Big man Barry. Well done, Barry. The next one I kind of picked up randomly at the end, which is the most impressive race weekend, full weekend by one singular rider. For me, it's got to go down to Romano Fenati
At
at
Silverstone.
Silverstone.
Yeah, me too.
Because that man was a beast. Like, he
Perfection.
led every session by like a second. Well, not, I'm just exaggerating, but like maybe a second. And he did it by himself. He doesn't have anyone following him. And he could just do it, you know? Like, it was absolutely stunning job by Bernardi. And then he went on to win the race, battling with Antonelli. So for me, that, outstanding.
Yep, I will back that. I have nothing else to add. Like, that was my answer as well, so yep.
Yeah, it was the only one I
Sick.
could think of. So
Okay.
there you go.
Like, in terms
Nice.
of a
Well
perfect
done.
weekend, that was it.
Yeah.
That was the only one I could think of.
Yeah.
Just because
outstanding
everything's
weekend.
so close these days that it's
Mm.
like nothing's the same anymore, you know? It's just everybody gets a chance. So to lead every session and win, super impressive. And lead warm up.
Yeah. So, yeah, well done, Ronald Fenati, for having the biggest. What did I put? Most impressive race weekend by singular rider at Silverstone. So the next one is most improved rider in all classes. There's a few for this one. Francesco Bagnaia had a fucking amazing year, coming from like 16th last year and the year before. You know, to come second, like that is superb. But
yep, and the
for
big
me,
but here is that we've both gone the same, and I know we've gone the same.
Yeah, but it feels like a bit of a, can't think of the word, a cap out. No, what's the word?
Yeah, cop out. Yeah, it does.
Cop out.
Because,
it feels like a cop out.
we can't prove it.
Yeah, we can't prove it. But Jason DePasquier, obviously, rest in peace, God rest his soul, went from not scoring a single point last year and being chucked well and truly in the deep end to getting consistent top tens and even a P7 in Jerez. You know, and he was, I think he went out in Q2 on his last ever session was Q2. You know, he went from being he's not scoring any points, like Lorenzo Fellon didn't score any points this year, and just came out and just absolutely fucking spectacular season, up to the point where, you know, he could no longer continue. And for me, like the massive improvement to then go from not scoring points last year, like I said, to getting P10 in Qatar on the race season, start the race season.
Yep.
For me, yeah, outstanding improvement.
No, I completely agree with you. It's we can't prove it, but
No.
I am convinced that Dupasquier would have ended up in the top 6 in the standings and
the podium.
Yeah,
easy.
and stood on the podium by the end of the year. Because
100%.
such was his improvement. And,
he scored a point in every race he finished this year.
Yeah. Such was his improvement that there is no way he was going to plateau anytime soon. Because suddenly, bang, he arrived. And although he was taken far too soon, he was definitely the most improved rider of the year.
Yep.
Perfect.
I got nothing I can possibly add to that. Totally.
Okay, fair enough. So yeah, Jason DePasquier wins the most improved of all classes. Like I said, it does feel like a cop out because he died, so you're giving him a pity award or whatever. But genuinely, like, nah, he was fucking outstanding.
Yeah, I just sent you.
I was so excited for him this year. So excited.
People obviously can't see it, but I just sent you both the photo of Pedro Acosta's front end.
Oh yeah, let's have a look. Let's have a look at this. Jacob's trying to still prove his point over.
Oh no! I
Oh yeah.
Did you send it on
that.
Grindr?
on Grindr too.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
there it is. Yeah. Nice.
Fuck's sake.
The fact that was so far gone, but like,
Yeah.
just so you remember it on anything, I know I've lost.
Yeah.
But yeah.
So, fair play. The next one we've got is most inconsistent rider. So,
Right.
This can be a tricky one because it can be most inconsistent, but inconsistent doesn't have to be negative. You can be second place in the championship, but still be inconsistent, or be inconsistently fast. I don't know. Jacob will have to explain it in a minute because I don't really understand. Anyway, for me, the most inconsistent rider this year was Nicolo Antonelli. He got sixth place overall. He got a few podiums, but he'd get a podium and then he'd go 15th. He'd get a third, then he'd finish 9th. Originally, I did think of Dennis Foggia, it's where every single race this year, apart from the fucking last race in Valencia, he either
still
scored outside the points or got a podium. There was no in between. And the inconsistency he showed was ridiculous. But he hit Austria and he wasn't off the podium until obviously he got punted off by Darren Binder, and then Valencia obviously got the penalty to knock him back to 13th. But for me, then it's going down to Nicolo Antonelli.
Yeah, well, as you said, what I would class as inconsistent means you're all over the place in terms of what you're doing one weekend to the next. Because some people say, oh, he's so inconsistent, but he could be finishing outside of the points every race, crashing every race. That's still consistency. So for me, the most inconsistent rider of the year was Fabio Di Gianantonio. Absolutely nowhere. Suddenly on the podium. DG's back. Is he fucked?
DG's back. He lo sabes.
But
next race.
What I will say is, if I was going Moto 3, I wouldn't be going Antonelli either. I'd be going his stablemate, Mino. Mino was absolutely nowhere and then everywhere. He was,
and his bike kept breaking down.
I think that was part of it. Don't get me wrong, but if you look at just pure results, he was nowhere. Then he was somewhere. Then he was nowhere. Mig and Antonelli, both of them, they were fighting for the Moto 2 promotion, and it looked like neither of them really wanted it. But DG for me can consider himself lucky that he has gotten that MotoGP seat. He will excel on it. Because we all know how good DG is, and we all know he needed a bigger bike. It sounds stupid to say about a 765 Moto 2. But more power into DG is going to be a good thing. But in Moto 2, absolutely nowhere, then everywhere, then he's back, then he's not. I think he's happy to be shot at Moto 2.
Interesting.
What about you, Cameron?
Well, I mean, I don't know. Have I gone too obvious or perhaps not inconsistent enough? I've went with Miguel.
Oh.
See, I considered Miguel.
I mean...
But...
I didn't.
He was, after his wins at the second half of the season, for me, he was consistently poor.
Well, that's it. I'm sort of looking at his results now, and it sort of started at the bottom, sort of peaked in the middle, and then just went down again. It wasn't sort of like... Yeah, it wasn't all over the shop, really. He just sort of had this, these 4 weeks in the middle of the season where he was on fire, and then suddenly he was nowhere again.
Yeah, Brad Binder was the more inconsistent KTM for me in that he was up and down. Miguel was the worst KTM, but not the most inconsistent.
Yeah, I get you. Happy to rescind judgment to you guys on this one for sure.
God. Didier is a fair shout.
I can't disagree with you either, though. Let's let Cam decide of those two.
Of who?
Didier or Antonelli.
Okay.
Digi.
It's not like we're waiting.
Yeah.
Oh, shut up. I'm going Digi. I'm going Digi.
Fuck yeah.
But I don't know. It's a coin. It's a coin toss, really. I don't know.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, you can look into either season with more depth and come up with a more, educated decision. But really, on the surface, either. Go with Digi. It's a fun name.
Yeah, it's a cool name. So, Digi it is. Well done, Digi. You are the most inconsistent rider of the year. Next one, really not the one you want. Absolutely not the one you want. Biggest waste of talent / most disappointing rider this year. For me, it's an obvious Lorenzo Baldassarri, who's gone from freaking winning races in Moto 2 to finishing 31st overall, being beaten by Alonso Lopez who made 4 freaking starts. Then Nagashima made 3 starts in the class. Baldassarri's gone from being a potential MotoGP rider to being cast out the class, then doing a test with MV Augusta, not getting that seat for World Supersport either. Like, bro, what the fuck?
Well,
So
we
for
all
me,
we all know
Baldassare.
I'm a Balder fan, but I very much considered him as the disappointment. But then I thought, did he disappoint if you had no expectations in the first place?
You did though.
No, you didn't, because I said he would be very lucky to score points on that MV because it's such a culture shock to
It's a piece of shit.
Yeah, it is. It is a poor chassis compared to the others. It is, and if he'd come out to the gate swinging on it, I would have been surprised. Put it that way. I thought he'd need half a season to get used to the trellis frame again. It took more than half a season, and he still didn't get used to it. Don't get me wrong. However, I'm not going Balder. I'm going
You're
Marco
Yari.
Bezzecchi.
Bezzecchi?
Because everyone expected, like, I won't say a waste of talent, because I don't think you can say a waste of talent for any rider, but most disappointing, Bez, because he was fully expected to put up a title fight and it never was there. Like, you know, this was supposed to be the sophomore year where Bezzecchi brings VR46 another title, following Pecco's footsteps, go up a champion.
Yeah.
Nowhere near.
Yeah, he got third overall, but it was like a very inconsistent third, nearly 100 points back from the champion Remy Gardner, you know?
Yeah, like that's disappointing no matter how you look at it.
Yeah. No, I can agree.
Yeah,
Right, Cameron?
I had Bez as well. It just did not have the.
What you expected of Bez?
Like, again, I can't really add much more than Jacob said. It's just like he just wasn't what you wanted him to be this year.
I think he was the furthest of, like, if you had a ratio of expectancy to actual, Bez's was the furthest away of all the riders. So, yeah, I don't think you can disagree with Bez. Like, and I hate to say it because I love Bez, but he was nowhere near the level I expected him to be.
Yeah, that is a fair. Sorry, I'm yawning.
Are we boring you, sir?
Sorry. Yeah, you are.
don't like losing,
not joking. So the biggest waste of talent this year does go to Lorenzo Baldassare. Did I'm very sorry, Lorenzo. No, it doesn't.
Wait,
no, it
hold on.
doesn't. It goes to
Whoa.
Marco Bezzecchi. Sorry. Race
I would
fixing.
just say most disappointing there.
Yeah.
Most disappointing award
is Marco Bezzecchi. I'm sure his girlfriend hopefully doesn't give him the same award, but
no, he's Italian. Pretty sure that wouldn't be the
Italian stallion. You know what I'm saying? So the most memorable race, next one. So for me, I've gone for more emotional stuff because you could say Brad Binder, you could say whatever, but for me, Valentino Rossi's last ride in Valencia. For me, last race and he gets into Q2 and then he qualifies well and then he finishes 10th. It's just a nice, memorable way to end the season. And then the celebrations after, and yeah, for me, the end of a great career.
Well, you've said that, and I've lost now, I know, but I am going different. For me, the most memorable was Kota Moto 3, just because it was...
The heck?
Yeah, no, not even that. It was more the one that boiled my piss the most, because everything that happened in that race could have killed someone.
Yeah.
It's memorable for the wrong reasons. And if we get one of those next year, Dorna need to fucking buck their ideas up. I'll give them the benefit of the doubt and race direction. But at the minute, if that happens next year, shit's going to fucking kick off.
Yeah.
Well, you know what I mean. I'm stuck behind it. But for me, the most memorable was Kota Moto 3 in a bad way.
Okay. And Cameron?
Just for me, it's Ross's last one. There will only ever be one Ross's last race, if those words make any sense. But that's it. It's, you can't, love him or loathe him, you can't ignore the impact on the sport, and the race was sort of overshadowed by the fact that that's what it was. It was Ross's last GP race, and I think I'll remember where I was in 10 years watching that race. I don't know. I don't know if any of the other races I'll really remember that much, but that one for sure. And so that's my vote.
that's why I didn't go for it, is because I think what people are going to remember is Rossi, not the race.
Yeah, I get what you
That's
mean.
fair.
Yeah, totally. Mm-hmm.
Get what you mean, but
you
Rossi has won this one. Well done, Rossi. You've won another thing. You've won the most memorable race. So, before we go on to our little stupid ones that we've got the biggest comeback in a race, which I think is freaking obvious. Pedro Acosta at Qatar again, isn't it?
Yeah, do we have to do that one? I don't...
No,
so we just give it Pedro now because he won everything.
Well done, Pedro. You've won yet another title this year. The biggest comeback in the race. So, we've got the silly ones now. We've only got a few. We haven't got loads because, fuck me, it's shit.
Well, hang on. What is the most memorable one, really?
What? Last year?
The most memorable comeback?
The ones on your
Is it not Marc Marquez at Germany?
Oh, okay, sort of life comeback.
I thought you were joking when you said Pedro. No, I think Marc Marquez at Germany.
Oh, for God's sake.
Yeah, I can't argue with that. Yeah.
There
needs to be like two different here.
How can you disagree with that? The fucker come back from...
kind of... Okay, well done, Marquez. You've won. Right, moving on.
Yeah. He come back from a minced arm, for fuck's sake.
Yeah, that's fair.
Well,
right,
have we not got one more before the daft ones?
I don't think so.
Are we not?
That's everything.
I had one here of the most impressive stand-in.
I haven't got that written down. So.
Oh, the most impressive stand-in, right. Yeah, fuck it, let's do it, whatever.
Can you be
most impressive stand-in, right?
Yeah. For me, Fermin Aldegar,
next.
P7, Aragon.
Derby.
Yeah. What about you?
Yeah,
the only other one.
Good. That's pretty good. Well, now that you said Fermin, I'm gonna scrap what I had Asman.
Yes.
For John McPhee.
Yes.
He was
good.
good.
What a freaking ride, dude. 13. Bad play to him, you know. And the fact that he hasn't got a ride this year is fucking criminal. Oh, Gardo's done well as well. But it's got to go to Fermin, hasn't it?
Yeah, I think so. Really.
Well done, Fermin. Right, moving on finally to the silly ones. Like I said, we've got a few silly ones. We haven't got loads. We've only got 8. Or I've only got 8. I don't know what everyone else has got.
That sounds about right.
We're going to start off with the worst dress sense this year. I think I've disqualified myself because I've gone with Jorge Lorenzo because he's kind of related to MotoGP and he's kind of hung around the paddock. And some of the shit he wears is just fucking terrible. But he hasn't raced this year, so... What about you, Jacob? Oh, I wonder who he'll go with.
Well, Fabio Quartararo, of course.
Oh, wow.
The fucker looks like some... Honestly, it's what I imagine a blind man would dress like with money. He's genuinely... Whoever's dressing him, right, needs to add a clip around the fucking ear and say, dress him normally. Chuck him in a fucking t-shirt. Fabio Q.
Well, I mean, embarrassed. Like, I can't really think of who I've seen like dressed outside of the paddock, you know, other than, you know, at the awards in their suits and everything.
Yeah,
I don't know.
With Bez
I don't
and his
have
fucking high tops.
an answer for this one, if I'm honest. Like, I don't know. Yeah, like I think because like Jacob is so riled up about it, it's got to go to Fabio.
Yeah, I think it's got to go to Fabio, that one.
He dresses like a fucking failed rapper.
Right, let's get to the stupidest moment of 2021. For me, I think it's got to go with starting this podcast. No, I'm joking. It's got to go with Fabio Quartararo at Catalonia not pulling over and stopping his bike when his friggin' chest protector's messing him about and his suit's hanging open to show the ladies his abs, you know? I think that was a fucking idiotic idea, but yeah.
Yep, it was stupid, but that's not what I've gone for.
Okay.
Is this our stupidest on-track moment?
No, the stupidest moment of 2021.
Yeah, stupidest moment,
okay.
yeah.
Mine is Alex Rins crashing into a van while texting.
Yeah, that was mine too.
I forgot about that.
I'm sorry,
Alex.
Alex.
At Catalonia as well.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Alex, but you fucking melt.
Yeah, that was mine.
To be fair, I think that wins.
There's nothing else to add, is there? Just what a fucking melt, like.
Yeah, that was pretty dumb. Yeah, it goes for Alex Rins. Well done, Alex Rins, was the stupidest moment of the season. Okay, so the next one is rider whose dress sense most offended Jacob. Oh, I wonder.
Fucking Dobby, man. What a dick. Fabio Q. You fucking.
I think that goes to Fabio Quartararo.
Yeah,
I like Fabio.
next.
I just don't like his dress sense.
Right, stupidest crash. So there's quite a few notable ones, but for me, it goes for Dennis Onsu at Jerez with his friggin' pinball antics, knocking pretty much everyone out of the race at the last corner because he wanted a podium. For me, pretty dumbass move. I get the intentions, I get that it's your first podium, etc., etc., but don't be a twat.
Yeah, but I've not gone for that.
Okay.
I've gone for our mate Joel Kelso and Darren Binder at Germany.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Because there was no intent in that whatsoever from Binder. He was just a complete fucking moron. Absolute clown. Kelso did nothing wrong. He came out of the pits and just got completely clattered.
Yeah.
And don't get me wrong, I get why Binder wouldn't have seen him, but that's shit you need to look out for. That simple.
Yeah, 100%. How about you, Cameron?
Mine was one that actually might have gone under the radar for a lot of people. It was John McPhee at Aragon, I think it was. He was on the Moto2 bike, so it must have been. He like ran it wide. I can't remember exactly what happened. He ran it wide
then he
or something.
bounced.
Yeah, he was just like sort of nonchalantly coming back to track. And he was at lean and just hit this fucking bump and binned it. And I mean, Jesus Christ, man.
I think that would have been funniest crash.
Yeah, well, stupid, funny, like,
I wouldn't call it stupid so much, as in, you wouldn't have known it was there, because obviously, he wouldn't have been there, like, on a good lap, you know? But definitely the funniest.
Yeah, that's what came to my mind when we were asking this one, because it was just, I don't know, to me, I was like, man,
it was
stupid.
ridiculous.
Like,
but okay, I'll leave it up to you too.
What have you gone with, Jacob, again?
Kelso and Binder at Germany.
Yeah, that was a belter, actually, wasn't it?
That was good. I went with because I'm gonna go with Kelso just because it was funny and it wasn't in a race.
Yeah, it was also completely fucking stupid. It was the stupidest of the three for me.
Yeah, that's fair. Okay, we'll go with that. So well done, Darren Binder. For the stupidest crash.
Oh, that's not going to help the Binder haters, is it? Fucking hell.
No, it's not. Sorry. Right, best and custom gear. I'm a bit of a nerd. I like looking at riders' gear, you know, and like their helmets and their boots and their gloves and the custom ones. And for me, Fabio Quartararo unveiled a set of fucking banging boots and gloves at Le Mans. Designed by some freaking designer or whatever, and they were blue, and half were blue, half were red, and they looked sick. And yeah,
they were nice.
Best custom gear.
They were topped up by Pecco at Mugello with his custom boots and gloves. They absolutely slapped.
They were nice. You know, they were nice.
They were just right. There's no other way to put it. You should have run them all year.
How about you, Cameron?
I mean, I've got like, I again, like we were talking about this question, and I had no recollections of anything that sprung to mind. But then my man Jacob mentioning Pecco's boots and gloves, like I was like, that's the only thing where I'm like, oh yeah, I remember those. So I guess on the fact that it's the only thing that I can actually remember, it's got to be that. That's my cop out.
However, I will give a special mention to Raul Fernandez at Cota.
Oh, with his red boots, gloves, and the lid. Oh,
yeah,
fire.
They were lovely as well. As a full
they were
set,
nice. Or Pedro's boots at Valencia with the lion. Was it like a lion on it? They were nice. The yellow, the orange boots. They were sick.
But Pecco is the overall
Yeah, that goes to Pecco with his gear at Mugello. Yes, well done, Pecco.
Yep.
You win again. Right, the worst livery. We've got 2 left. Worst livery in all classes. For me, the Mazzano pink Rossi livery. That shit was fucking whack, dude. That was horrible. Like, worst livery I think I've ever seen ever. It's horrible.
I didn't mind it. Like, of the 3 special VR46, but of the 3 special VR46 liveries, the Mugello one was worse.
I can't remember the Mugello one.
It was a tricolore, but it was an ugly colour tricolore. It just didn't look right. However, worst livery in all classes, SAG.
Yeah, it was a bit of a... I kind of liked it, fair.
Pertamina Mandalika SAG.
Yeah, I liked it.
I didn't.
You just don't like Indonesians, no joking.
Oh, don't say I know, for fuck's sake.
I've
never met an Indonesian, so I can't verify that. But what I will say is I didn't like the blue, I didn't like the red, and I didn't like either shade, and combined they look fucking awful. So SAG.
Did that? Oh, it's not working. There you go. That was banging.
Nah. Didn't work. It was the wrong colour. They were the wrong shades. They didn't look like an Italian flag. Looked like a fucking Irish flag.
Okay, and what about you, Cameron?
I struggled with this one because I couldn't really think of anything bad. Like, there's really not any bad liveries, in my opinion. The only one that I could really think, and I couldn't even think the name of it off the top of my head. I had to search for it because I can just remember seeing it. And is it the Skull Rider?
Yeah,
BOE
the
Skull
bow livery.
Yeah, those.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, it's different. It's fine. It doesn't look like anything else. But in terms
horrible.
of, I don't know. It's just the one that rubs my rhubarb the least.
Robs your rhubarb.
Yes, sir. Rubs my rhubarb.
Waxes his crankshaft the least.
I like it. I didn't like that livery at all. The last year's one was even worse.
Oh, see, now
green
I disagree
and
with
orange.
Yeah, that's legit.
That shows how bad this one was, that the green one was nicer.
It's fucking horrible. I'm going with Bo, to be fair. That shit was right.
Yeah, I don't disagree.
Nasty. So, Bo, well done, Bo. You win again. You don't win anything because you're shit. Anyway, moving on.
Don't do it. You'll get a lawsuit against you now. Fucking hell.
That's fine.
They need money.
Bo, mate. Come at me, bro, when your team wins a race.
Yeah, they need money, so they will sue you.
They will, dude. Anyway, worst helmet design. Oh, God. What? I have no idea who I'm going with here.
Worst helmet
it's probably
design.
Fucking Minions, mate.
No, it's not true, though, is it?
Minions. So bad. Literally terrible.
It's not true, though, is it?
It is.
It's not, though, is it?
It's so bad.
But it's not, though, is it? It's fucking great.
It's not, though, is it?
It's not, though, is it?
It's so bad.
It's fucking brilliant, and you need to accept it.
No. I'm not accepting it.
Well, you do need to accept it.
No.
Well, tough tits. It's happening. It's 2v1 on good, so you lose.
Fuck off.
Anyway,
Karen, what are you going for?
Do you know what?
But anyway, my one, actually,
yeah, go,
to be fair,
you go first.
is Baldur's. Fucking hate it.
I didn't like that.
No, it didn't work.
Wait, what's that? Hold on, I can't think of that.
It looks like shit. Imagine taking
it looked like an off-the-shelf lid.
Yeah, it did, to be fair.
It looked like something you could just stroll into fucking HJC and buy. I didn't like it at all.
Let me see.
You weren't missing much. I also didn't like Fabio's much.
Oh, yeah.
What? I love Fabio's.
I think it's more the Scorpion design that threw me off.
No, I liked it a lot.
Livery. But as an overall, I just never really did it for me.
Nah, mate, I was banging.
But yeah, I'm going Balder because it's just so basic. It's so basic in order to pumpkin spice latte and wargs
And drove a Fiat 500.
Yeah, you got it. The daddy paid for.
Oh god. Okay, and what about you, Cameron?
I really don't know what way to go with this one. The Minion one, I remember when I first saw that, I was like, that is so terrible. I fucking love it.
Yeah.
No. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. Thank you.
And So like I wanted to win this award because it deserves to win something, because it's just so egregious. It's mental. It's like,
Yeah, I love it. Like, I think it's
so
the best.
I wanted to win.
Stupidest.
Well, it can't win best lid for me, and
No.
because it's so polarizing, I therefore want it to win the worst.
How about
lid. Like,
how about this then? How about this?
Uh,
Helmet that pisses deck off the most. What are we going for?
ooh,
Oh, I don't know.
yeah.
And
the
there we
minion
go.
helmet.
Oh, it's a minion helmet.
There we go.
Way.
HJC minion lids. Helmet that pisses deck off the most. EMR hates it the most. Win.
Hell yeah. Dubbed all round. Anyway, so Cameron, then what you can pick for your worst helmet design.
Oh Jesus Christ! That was you've taken that from me. That was really my train of
Okay.
thought, and I was hoping you would accept it.
What? The Minion has won the worst helmet design as well. Look at that. 2-time champion for the Minion helmet of being shit.
Oh my
It's
God.
not though. You're both wrong.
Well done.
Would you look at that?
you can't hate it because it's so
It's
stupid.
crap. It's shit.
Yeah, but it's so stupid. Why would you hate it?
Because it's
It's like
crap.
hating a meerkat.
It's so bad.
It's literally like hating a meerkat. It doesn't do anything offensive. It's just there and it's funny.
Yeah, it
It's
does.
horrible.
It feels wrong that it should be the worst, because
It's offensive to my eyes.
yeah, and that's it, and that's all good. It can get awards for offending you and everything, but
It's not the worst helmet design, is it? It's just not.
then I can't pick anything else. I don't know. I mean, I'm looking
I
at
tell you what, man.
Baldassaris right now, and it is pretty shit. But then I don't want to just be like a little Jacob. Yes,
Do you know what?
You know what I mean?
One
Yeah, you
other
don't
one.
want to be that. Trust me.
One thing I did just think of that I completely forgot about that I hated was Alex Rins's American football helmet. I did not like that. It just
I'm gonna have to
didn't
look
work.
these up, man.
It was fucking shite.
It was fucking shite, lad.
Yeah, there we are. A little bit of scouts for you there.
Fucking shite.
Oh, it was fucking awful, man. Like, you know, helmets that are supposed to show your chin can work, as Nicky Hayden has showed with the flight helmet. This one, with the fucking American football grate across it, just looked like... It looked like a 5-year-old drew it. Fucking
I
shit.
don't know. I don't mind it, but then I'm also looking at Alex Rins's like regular helmet now, and I'm like, that's kind of boring.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Like, I think the fact that Balder lost Monster really didn't help him.
He lost Monster ages ago, didn't he?
Yeah, it didn't
Last
help
year's
him.
helmet was nice though with the AGV.
Yeah, that's it. Like, the fact he's gone to thing as well, like, to forward, he had to stick with certain colours, and it just didn't help him. He needed that Monster Black just to, like, set it off.
Yeah, it
No,
was.
it just didn't work.
So, are we saying Minions wins that one?
I can't back it, because I don't think it was the worst.
Well,
If it
That's
moves us
Cameron,
on, then I'm just going to say
Well,
yes.
that's it.
but
That's
I'm
the
not
last
happy
one.
about it.
yes.
And
Hell yeah.
one other thing I did want to do is just like, you know, like those things where they do it like the Oscars Lifetime Achievement Award and all that.
Mm.
Gotta go to Rossi, haven't it? For
Well,
what he's
yeah.
for his
Yeah.
contribution to the sport.
Uh-huh.
Yes, well done, Rossi, for a lifetime achievement.
You know,
Award
he's
of-
done a lot for the sport, and that shouldn't be overlooked. As much as like fans of certain riders hate him and vice versa, what he's done, the sport may not be where it is now. We'll never know, but the sport may not be where it is now if it wasn't for him raising the profile.
Absolutely.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Yep.
Sick. Right. Before we end this podcast, I just wanted to put a massive fucking shout out for Danilo Petrucci.
Oh my god,
Fuck
yeah.
What a beast.
Yeah.
Everything Petrucci racing.
Yeah. I'm posting about Petrucci a lot this week, and people are freaking like, oh my god, that's so funny. All you do is post to Petrucci.
I had someone have a go at me for posting just Petrucci. Oh, there's plenty of Australians who's doing well on the stages, and I replied back, yeah, but did any of them win a MotoGP race as well?
Oh.
Fuck yourself.
Like, yeah, Petrucci to come in as a rookie to the car and win a freaking stage, that is
Do you know what broke his bike?
absolutely outstanding. Yeah, it was a fuel pump, wasn't it?
No, it was a fuse. And
Oh.
but because he had his
Wow.
phone and his personal man bag nicked with all this shit in it, he had no clue how to fix it. So he had to retire it because he couldn't ring a mechanic to find out what it was.
Yeah, because he left his
literally
pocket open and his wallet, keys, not
the only
phone fell
thing
out.
that's stopping Petrucci in the original classification is a fuse. that could have been plugged. It was literally going back to Park Ferme. They plugged it in 2 seconds. It fired up. Got in.
That sucks. Oh,
That's so
he has no
sad.
luck, that man.
Yeah.
0 luck.
That's why we love him, because he tries fucking hard.
Yeah.
He doesn't give up. And there's rumours that he might be going to Moto America, which would be sick.
Yeah,
because
with HS.
that means
Warhorse.
I know people and means it could get him on the podcast.
Yep.
Just saying.
I would fucking melt. I would cry.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're all just sat here with
Petrus just
Petrucci
come on and be
crying.
like, Hey, what's happening, boys? Oh my god, it's fucking Petrus!
It's Petrucci. We'd all just be crying, including Petrucci, because that man just cries.
Yeah,
He's
so
like
good. I
fucking
love him
fun,
so
isn't he?
much.
It's great.
Yeah, we love that guy. He is so wholesome, and MotoGP misses
That's
him a lot
still
already.
one of my most favorite MotoGP moments ever. Was the Le Mans
Mugello.
win? No, the Le Mans
Oh,
win.
Le Mans.
Afterwards, when this team come along and his mum's on FaceTime as he's in the middle of an interview. It's fucking amazing, so wholesome. You can't. Oh, I loved it. It was just so good. Hey, mama, I want another race. Great, fucking great.
Yeah, amazing. But I hope you've enjoyed this podcast. I hope you've enjoyed our little awards. If you have any differential opinions, which I'm sure you will do, please don't hesitate to let us know. Drop us a line, message, whatever, and you can give us your opinions.
And
but
also,
like I said, I hope you've enjoyed this. And next weekend is Dominic Agata. A really good podcast. Really enjoyed it. He gave us some good insight and some exclusives, so keep an eye out. Big thank you to Cameron for his first episode. How'd you find it, mate?
Hey, that was all right. That was fun. Thanks for the chat.
You're welcome.
Yeah, so
Won't be having you on next time.
No, that's
feel
cool.
free
That's
to
fine.
abuse him for his opinions.
Yeah,
He's going to get
abuse
abused
me.
at some point, so start early.
Yeah, just go for it. I'll I don't know. I can cry.
You can
in my
abuse
own
him for
time,
being
it's fine.
Scottish, like we are. It's fine.
We'll sack you, and you can be. We'll get our 4th different co-host in.
Yeah, nobody can tolerate us for that long. See.
Yeah,
But
but
yeah, it's been a pleasure, Cam. So hopefully people like you, which I'm sure they will, because
I'm sure they
you're
will.
very, very chill.
Thank
And
you
if
very
you
much
don't-
for having me. This has been
If
fun.
you don't, sort your life out.
Yes. You're very welcome. And like I've said, we will be back next weekend with Dominic Agata. I hope you enjoy it. And we're back doing another one properly in 2 weeks' time. But until then, goodbye.